Good morning. Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. Hey, welcome back to the most listened to program in all of the Sandhills. It is time once again for Mornings with the Leader Man. I am Steve Leader Adams, along with retired Colonel Marine Jeff Drummond. Good morning, Colonel.
Morning, Moore County. Time to get up and at 'em. Work's awaiting.
All right, don't forget, of course, we are being seen around the world on our live video stream. That's available to you right now at talk973.com. Top middle of the page is where the link is that will get you there. If you're on your mobile device, YouTube will do the work. Just put Mornings with the Leader Man into the search. And if you're on your mobile device just needing our audio stream, that's available by many streaming services out there, such as TuneIn, iTunes, Streamer. All of them are free and available at your app store. Just put WEEB in the search, and as always, you can get our stream off of our website. Any web page will do, just at talk973.com. Look in the upper right-hand corner of any page for that icon that says On the Air, Listen Live, and tap it once and you're listening that quick. Weather for us today here in the Sandhills area is going to be a nice one, better than yesterday. Look for partly cloudy with a high of 82, low humidity too. And partly cloudy tonight, 63 for low. We'll just copy and paste that on to Wednesday and then copy and paste it right on to Thursday. How about that? Next moisture is going to roll in here on Friday. We'll have a chance of scattered showers then. And over the weekend, about a 40% chance throughout the weekend of scattered showers and thunderstorms. But highs in the low 80s. Right now around the Sandhills, winds are calm, visibility 10 statute miles, pressure 30-15, dew point 60, humidity max at 100%. It's sunny and 60 degrees currently here at Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. All right, it is 7:29, 29 past the hour. Couple of things that we need to get to and caution you about. One, yesterday, and for many months, many, I've been with DirecTV after being screwed over royally by Dish Network. I switched to DirecTV, and it was a better experience. Not great, but better. Anyway, yesterday I went to pay my monthly bill, as I always do online. I don't do a recurring with them because, quite frankly, I don't trust them.
Nope, don't trust anybody.
Yeah, so I go and pay the bill, and I make them send a paper bill. Why? Because they'll send you a online bill, and they'll laden it with 1,000 links in there, and it gets thrown into the spam file with all those links, and you don't see the bill. Then they hit you with a late fee.
Right.
And you know how that works. And it dings your credit and all that good stuff. So I make them send a paper bill. When the paper bill arrives that day, I pay it that day. So I went online to pay it. And no big surprise, but lo and behold, the IT department has gotten a hold of their website again to try to screw with it and screw with you. And I use Chrome browser because it has ad blockers on it. And plus it's just the one I'm used to. So I'm trying to just plain sign in, and they say, you need a passcode. I said, well, I don't have a passcode. Yeah. Well, then you're screwed. You can't pay your bill. Now, you would think the first thing and the easiest thing on a website would be paying your bill.
No.
In the past, it was relatively easy. It was a quick process.
Nothing's easy on any of those websites anymore.
Nothing's easy. So I get on, of course, you can't find a customer service number there anywhere to save your life.
And you wouldn't want to call it even if it was.
Well, I called, I asked my phone. I said, okay, Google, what is the customer service? I got to talk softly so my phone doesn't hear me. What is the customer service number for DirecTV? And they go, the customer service number, 5,000. And then I go, it's supposed to put it up on my phone, but it puts AT&T has intercepted it already. They said, no, call this other number. I went, no, I'm going to call 5,000. So I call 5,000. Oh, your wait time they try to get you to do it automated, and I got some cussing to do. I got to lay into somebody. Ordinarily, if an IT person messed up my website that bad, I push him out the window and put him and myself out of his misery. But I didn't have that luxury here, so I wanted to vent. And I wait online, and it says your wait time will be 24 to 25 minutes from now. And I went, well, got nothing else to do tonight. Watch the TV, keep the volume low, and wait. But then they flip you to a new menu, and it says your wait time approximately 3 minutes. So you see, they were trying to push you off with that BS about the wait time. Now it gets better. Hang with me here a second. And long story short, everybody's going, phew, finally to the point. I finally get a customer service guy on the line. I said, I just want to congratulate your IT department. If their goal was to thoroughly piss off the customer before they talk to a human being, they have accomplished their goal. I said, because I am thoroughly pissed off right now. I said, I'm chewing nails. I'm so mad. And what are you mad about? I said, I just wanted to pay my bill. And I got to go through this rash of crap to get to it. Well, I can help you. I said, well, let me tell you up front. I said, I'm not paying a $5 service fee for a human being to assist me. Well, I'm not going to charge you that. I said, well, the recording that I listened to for 3 minutes said you were. Again, trying to push you off to go to the website. Because one of the things they had on the website, this is what I want to caution you about, was I was on Chrome, and I don't care if you're on Foxfire or any others, they'll ask you this. They'll say, please click here to add an extension to your browser. Now, what is that going to do to your browser? First, you're dumber than dirt if you let any corporation into your computer. Because what's their goal? Throw commercials at you. And that's what that little extension does. It cuts off all the ad blockers. So I guess you get commercials from everybody's website then.
Yeah. Oh, it'll kill your computer.
Yeah.
It sure will.
And plus it'll let AT&T come in and shove their gazillion ads at you before the page loads. So do not click on that extension. Go get a human being online and say, I'm not going to let you in my computer, so you'll have to talk to me. And anyway, we set up a passcode. Oh, my life got so much better with a passcode. So I can get in there and pay the damn bill. And I told the guy, and he says, I understand your frustration. You just wanted to pay your bill. I said, yeah, look at the 30 minutes you wasted of my time. I think y'all owe me money for my time because it has value to me. And he said, well, I beg to disagree. I'm just kidding.
No, a lot of these websites are doing this stuff, and it's getting bad.
Yeah.
It's been bad for a while. That's why I quit DirecTV, the satellite side of it.
Yeah.
I just use their online Wi-Fi thing, and it isn't better. I mean, the interface is
slow.
It's horrible. But
I got it too.
I don't watch it all that much anyway, so I can tolerate it.
Yeah, I don't watch any of those other channels anymore, like Discovery, and they have some good programs and all that on there. But the problem with it is it's so beaten up with commercials.
Right. Exactly.
It's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
And they especially love what I call the around 50 break. Mm-hmm. And that's when they'll run a series of a whole commercial break at you.
Right.
And then come back with 30 seconds of a recap of where you are. And then they'll run another full commercial break at you.
Well, that's why I like
because you got to get to the end to see the conclusion.
The web-based version of that, because rather than sit there watching it live, if there's something I really want to watch, I'll go back and click in and watch 2 or 3 episodes of it all at once. And I don't deal with that stuff. So
now I got Hulu, so I can watch it all commercial free.
Right.
Most shows. It's just so it's a whole lot better, and the shows actually make sense when you're not interrupted for 10 minutes.
And have completely forgotten where you were when you left. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he was there. Oh, yeah.
Well, there's so many apps out there now. Most of them you have to pay for, but there are still some free ones out there that you can watch, and they'll interject some commercials before or after or something like that.
Well, the before and after I can handle.
Yeah.
It's the seeing through.
Right.
I mean, you can watch a History Channel show, even if it's delayed, it's complete with commercials, and you can't block it out.
Right.
And you go, wait a minute. Who's in control of my computer here?
Yeah.
I paid for the channel, and now you force something down my throat. I don't like that. So I don't watch much commercial television at all.
No, like the big three networks or the big four, including Fox. I can't remember the last time I watched anything on any of those.
Yeah. I watch Fox News until I can't stand My Pillow anymore.
Oh, well.
I think that they ought to ban that. That's what they call a per inquiry commercial. So every time somebody calls, Fox gets paid. Obviously, they get a lot of money from the guy.
I don't watch too much Fox News anymore anyway. It's just, with the clowns they've always had on there, Juan Williams, and now they have Donna Brazil. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not news.
Well, some of it's opinionated.
Well, most of it is.
I like the 5 because it's a pretty good round table, and 4 out of 5 are beating up on 1, so that's a good day.
Well.
But anyway, they what were we talking about?
DirecTV, money.
Yeah. Anyway,
paying your bill.
That was my experience with DirecTV last night. I told them, I said, you never know who you tick it off. I said they might own a few radio stations, and they'll tell their listeners about it. Because he was saying, well, we don't have DirecTV website anymore. I said, I know, it forwards you to AT&T.com.
Right.
Still didn't get anywhere there.
Yep.
Still going to have this so-called passcode. Why are you running me through this crap? I just wanted to pay the bill. And I said, it just behooves every thought of business management to make it hard for a customer to pay their bill or to get in touch with you, trying to get that phone number. It was easier just to Google it because it's not on their website.
Right. No, they are. A lot of these companies are making it difficult, period. I don't know why. I mean, you'd think they'd want their money, but, they're trying to drive you away from calling them at all. When I quit DirecTV, that was a nightmare, I don't know how long I spent on the phone with them, I won't guess, but...
They were trying to salvage the account.
Right, yeah. Well,
How about if we gave you free everything for 3 months?
Well, they did grab me the one time. They gave me the NFL package for the year. Plus, they gave me a ridiculous price because I've been with them for a long time. And I want to say it was for a year, it was $20-something for the per month for the year. Wow. So I'm like, okay. And I kept it for the extra year, but when that was done, I was done. And it was horrible trying to, but that's why I quit them, because anytime you wanted to do something on that satellite system, you had to call them and you couldn't cancel. Now, if you want to get HBO for a month, you can go on there and pay for HBO for a month and then quit. Or any of those other things, and you can pop in and out of them, etc. And it's just easy as pie to do on the website, with the exception of DirecTV website, which is why I try not to do any of those. But, you can go on Amazon. There's so many different ways, or you can just do it directly with HBO. And what is it, HBO Now, and pay for the month. And if you don't want it anymore, boom, you're out. You can bounce in and out as much as you want. So, it's so much nicer than that DirecTV. If you had HBO or the NFL package you wanted to cancel, you had to call them, and then you had to argue, and then you had to go through all the bribery and all this other stuff, and, it's just awful.
Well, I know they got you when the NFL package came free. Boom.
Well, I found it.
Well, okay.
Yeah, well, just for that year, but that was it. And now I found alternative means.
No.
So, and I'm not going to talk about that.
All right. All right, that's my gripe about AT&T today. Then we have the pilot.
Oh, dear.
My gosh, these guys can't.
Pontius Pilate.
What does John say? The
Pathetic pilot.
pathetic pilot. They can't seem to think any deeper than the shallow end of things. They have a editorial called "An Ill-Advised Attack on Locals," and they're talking about the state legislature and how it is snatching power back away from these local communities. And the pilot's trying to blame home builders and realtors. They said these bills significantly favor the interests of home builders and realtors, but at what would be the great expense of communities across North Carolina and here in Moore County. Whatever the hell that just said. That was verbatim of their, that was a quote unquote there. Doesn't make any sense. But at what would be the great expense of communities across North Carolina and Moore County? What a general statement. It says nothing. What expense would it be?
I don't know.
Tell me. Oh, no, we can't do that. We're just sitting there bad-mouthing the legislature. And what's happened is, and we went over this last week, is that the problem is, and the reason the home builders, realtors, and a lot of other people, homeowners and property owners, are up there in the legislature's face, is saying that the staff is dictating all the rules, and the council, who we elected, aren't doing anything about it.
Well, true. That's a huge part of it.
And we didn't elect staff.
Yep.
They come up with stupid ideas like, oh, let's tax your car for $5 a year and build sidewalks. What a stupid tax and a stupid way to do it. But the council goes, oh, yes, staff. Oh, what a wonderful idea. We'll even entertain it. It's so great.
Did they pass that?
I don't know. I don't think they've done it yet. But it's a stupid idea, guys.
Yeah,
you tax the people who are using the sidewalks. Who are those? Well, the property owners on both sides of the street. That's who's using them. And you give them 10 years to pay it for their section of the sidewalk. It's at a set rate per foot. And that's what you get taxed. And they tag a payment plan onto your water bill if you want that. You don't have to pay it for 10 years, but on the last day of the 10th year, you got to pay it. You can set it up to fit your budget, however you want to do it. If you're not going to live in the house 10 years, then delay it. And it'll get paid at closing, but it will get paid. So, but why should a guy over and on the other side of the county, other side of the city, pay for your sidewalk? And nor should you pay for his. That's the way it is. But no, let's tax everybody $5.
Yeah, the homeowner responsibility, that's what I remember from most every place I've ever lived is, if there had to be some kind of extensive repair or replacement of sidewalk, that ended up being, the assessment on the homeowner.
Well, if you got a bill for the whole county, whole city, then tag it on and pay it.
Yeah.
Don't have a stupid side tax. That's saying I ain't got the guts to raise your rate, so I'll throw a side tax.
Yeah, and one that you forget about, and then 50 years from now, after you've raised several $1 million on that $5 tax that you only needed $63,000 for, and then you find out you're still paying it, and where did that money go?
And they also were saying, well, this tax can only go to a sidewalk. I'm also suggesting that administering this tax, since it's only going to bring in $61,000, will cost more than that to do.
Yeah.
They'll probably hire 2 people just to administer the thing, knowing your government.
I wonder where that guy lives, the one that came up with that idea. I wonder he probably lives over in Pinehurst. I only mentioned
that was the town manager, Reagan Parsons of Southern Pines.
He does live in Southern Pines?
I don't know where he lives.
No. Well, I just, the guy, having listened to the editorial about Carthage, and the guy actually lives in Pinehurst, etc. Yeah, hey, if you don't live there, guess what? You keep your mouth shut about spending money. Hopefully he lives there. He pays his $5. I got less problem with that.
They also said what it's all about is an assault on the ability of local governments, the government that's closest to the people, for managing growth and development. Well, they're not doing their job.
No.
That's why we're at this point.
That's exactly
But
right.
that's what you can't see, Pilot. You can't get a little deeper into the situation and realize what's going on. That staff is running it, not the council, because there ain't a net amongst between them up there.
Yeah, notably, they haven't mentioned any of the issue there in Carthage that the gentleman spoke about in his editorial.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any of that in the pilot.
Well, that would be thinking, and that's they're the pathetic Pilot's a little short of thinking. What else did I highlight here? Oh, there you go. Here's their little snark at you. Yeah. They go, actually, if Bowles, McGinnis, and McNeil and the others think they know so much about local government, they should do us a service of giving up their state posts and running for town councils. Well, you got town councils. Do your job. Otherwise, like I said, the realtors, home builders, property owners wouldn't be up there bitching at the state legislature.
You know what, really, either end of this, whether it's the state legislature, the local councils, et cetera, none of them are doing us any favors. So, I don't have a good answer for it other than, vote for somebody new. But, it shouldn't be. The things that are going on shouldn't be going on. There's just too much garbage.
And here's their sense of humor statement. They go, here is where we would poke fun at Raleigh and suggest that if they know so much about local government, perhaps they should also take over trash pickup and responding to fire calls. And we're scared they take us seriously. Oh, ha, 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 ha. What funny humor from the pilot. Ha, 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 ha. You got them with your little snark, didn't you? Yeah, what a real value to the article that was. Well, like I said, when the local boards start growing a pair and doing their job and getting their staff under control and quit bowing down to them for every stupid idea they come up with, then perhaps we won't need the state legislature intervening.
Yeah, true.
All right, let's move on to sound bites this morning, some of them. Got a lot. We might have to carry some over the next hour. But there was a Starbucks cup with a plastic lid visible in the scene of Game of Thrones on Sunday night. HBO has released a statement over the embarrassing mistake. Here's the scene where it happened. Even in those times, getting the names right was done with great difficulty. But here's the...
Okay, we've got a tall black coffee for John Snarl. John Snarl. King of Winterfawn. John Snarl. Okay, up next, double espresso latte. Tyrone Lannister. Looking for Tyrone Lannister. And finally, we have a mocha shake and a scone for the mother of wagons, Daryl Stomborn, last of her name, corn on the cob flamethrower. Is that right? Mother of wagons, Daryl Stomborn, last of her name, corn on the cob flamethrower.
Okay.
Are you
cute.
Watching Game of Thrones?
Very cute. I
That's
watched
pretty good.
the show last night, so I waited a couple of days. Didn't want to wear it out.
Mother's Day is Sunday, and for advice, let's travel to that side of the universe and delve into a woman's head for 1 minute on an episode called Almost Mother's Day.
And now it's time for another episode of 1 Minute Inside a Woman's Head.
It's almost Mother's Day. I can't wait to see my dear old mom sitting on the front porch in a rocking chair, sipping lemonade, knitting a sweater, reminiscing about her childhood on the farm. Oh, wait, that's somebody else's mother. Mine will be liquored up on vodka, playing online poker, smoking a Camel non-filter, and cursing the day my father was born. I remember now. It's other people's moms that spend an hour gushing over their Mother's Day card. I have the mom that forgets to open hers, then ends up using it as a Budweiser coaster. That's right. I have the mom that'll be passed out by noon with a belly full of deer sausage, mumbling something about NASCAR being rigged. Oh, Mother's Day. Just another reminder of why I moved across town and changed my phone number.
And that was another episode of 1 Minute Inside a Woman's Head.
Okay. That was a knee slapper, huh, Colonel?
That was.
It's also National Teachers Day today.
Oh.
Yeah, congratulations to all those teachers.
Happy National Teachers Day. Congratulations to all the teachers who can get your kids to look up from their smartphones for more than 1 second. Today's show is brought to you by National Teachers Day, saluting those who work incredibly hard until 3 p.m., 9 months of the year.
Well, that's not exactly true. A lot of them are sitting there. You get a grade test. You got to do a lot of stuff.
Now, I agree that public school teachers work hard. I will agree to that. It's the college professors that I have a real problem with. That teach a total of 3 to 6 hours a week. That's it. You pay them full salary with benefits and tenure.
Well, it's not full salary is like 3 and 4 and 5 times what you're paying your grammar school teacher around here. And
the best teacher I had in college was a associate professor. He didn't have tenure and all that.
Right.
But he was the best teacher I had. I actually learned economics under him. All the rest are try to demonstrate how smart they are.
Yeah, there's some very, very poor college professor types out there, and there always have been. But supposedly they're out there researching. You have to write and produce books and articles.
Keyword supposedly.
Yeah, and that's the thing. How much of that are they actually doing? Some of them are doing a lot. Others,
well, they have to do things that bring money in, so they apply for grants.
Yes.
All day long, because college is just a big business. It's a big organized transfer of wealth from you to them.
Right. It is.
And sorry you had kids, because that gives them the opportunity to capitalize on it.
Well, and then when you look at Lori Loughlin and crew that are paying $500,000, $600,000, $700,000, to some of these clowns to get their kids in there, that's even better.
Congrats to the Royals. They have a new baby.
Congratulations to the royal baby, escaping the womb of a commoner. Oh, and your grandfather has big ears, bad teeth, and terrible hair. So, good luck with that.
Yeah.
Why does anybody care about the frickin' royalty over there?
I know. I was telling you off mic how they take a nothing statement and talk 5 minutes on it. We don't know yet if Harry is here. We don't know yet if the babies come. We don't know yet if it's a boy or girl. We don't know yet if they're going to let us see it. We don't know. Well, come back when you know something.
Yeah, precisely. You know who really gets aggravated with that? I had a NATO tour way back in the day, and the Danes, Denmark. I mean, they have a queen, and if God help you, if you didn't know that Denmark had a queen, boy, they'd go high and to the right. They'd be talking. You'd be talking about the England and this and that and the other thing, and King, Queen, Philip, and Diana, and all this. But boy, if you didn't know Denmark didn't have a queen, man, they'd be all over you. They were just hot. They didn't know.
Well, there's something wrong when your status in life is dependent upon which womb you emerge from.
Well, but that's always been the case, too.
I am a prince because I emerged from my mother's womb. I'm better than you. Yeah. I get your tax money just because of where I was born.
And they got, they eventually got invited to be the kings and queens of England. Where they still, where are they descended from? They got some German in there and some Dutch. The last English king was quite a while ago.
I just can't believe that I know it's tradition, but I dropped this tradition of paying the queen and all her offspring and siblings and cousins and aunts and this and that and the other money from the coffers and letting them live in that great big old palace. What do they need all that for? They're not running the business. And that the prime minister has to come over and ask the queen's permission to serve as the prime minister. I'm serving whether you like it or not, woman.
Well,
so you might as well bob your head, okay?
I think there's plenty of people over there to ask the same question. What I can't understand is why anybody over here, or why the news media over here gets all wound up about it. I mean, I don't understand it.
Well, here's all you got to understand.
Here's to doing as little work today as the new royal baby will in his entire life.
Oh.
Yeah.
What can I say? There's a new contender for the worst national anthem. It goes to a guy at a minor league baseball game right here in North Carolina the other day. He messes up the line at the beginning, asks the crowd for help, and struggles through the rest. Although you could say he finished okay, but here's a little sample.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light who's... Right. Let me hear you, people. Least...
Yeah, it is pretty bad.
Beaming.
Yeah, that's an insult to the servicemen.
Yeah, why would you get out there and do that? I don't understand.
You know, if I could sing, and I was going to be doing it, I would damn sure have the words with me.
Yeah, especially. Well, I'm
you
not
get
sure
all those pairs of eyes looking at you. And
exactly. Yeah, you freeze up. But that was pretty. That was pretty bad.
Yeah.
You get ahead of yourself and you sing the wrong stanza.
With the heating of the day, we could see a few pop-up showers develop, mainly for those counties to the west this afternoon. Otherwise, we'll likely stay mostly dry and warmer. Afternoon temperatures will reach the low to mid-80s, and then will fall into the lower 60s tonight under partly cloudy skies. Warmer highs will move in for tomorrow. Expect them in the low to mid-80s. Another round of afternoon showers will be possible for the north and west. I'm meteorologist Peter Sherwood in the Weather Center.
Broadcasting from the top of the North Carolina Sandhills, 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM, WEEB, Southern Pines, Pinehurst, Aberdeen.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. It's back to square one for House Democrats trying to get their hands on 6 years' worth of President Trump's tax returns. Treasury Secretary Mnuchin has rejected a request to hand over the returns.
The decision was widely expected and comes after Mnuchin asked for an extra 2 weeks to consult with Justice Department lawyers. Democrats on the Ways and Means Committee say they need the returns to determine whether the IRS is complying with policy and auditing the president. They cite a rarely used 1924 law that allows the chairs of 3 committees to request the returns of any individual. Mnuchin's decision is likely to send the issue to the courts.
That's Capitol Hill correspondent Wally Hines. Georgia's so-called heartbeat bill to be signed into law today. Republican Governor Brian Kemp has a morning signing ceremony planned in Atlanta. That legislation bans abortions at around 6 weeks of pregnancy. An event that produced a disturbing video involving youngsters at an Islamic center in Philadelphia is under investigation. On the video, the children say they would sacrifice themselves and kill for the army of Allah.
A gathering last month at the Muslim American Society's Philadelphia chapter is now being investigated by at least one city commission. A video from the event on the chapter's Facebook page showed children moving to an anthem often used by Islamist groups and 2 girls reading from a prepared text. The Muslim American Society says the person in charge of the event has been dismissed. I'm Mike Rossio.
Billionaire businessman Warren Buffett asked about the president's threat to hike tariffs on $200 billion worth of Chinese goods.
It's a dangerous game. Doesn't mean it's a game that shouldn't be engaged in, but it's a dangerous game.
The man known as the Oracle of Omaha speaking on CNBC. On Wall Street this morning, stock futures lower, Dow futures down 146 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Thinking about life insurance? What if you could make one free phone call and learn your best price from nearly a dozen highly rated price-competitive companies? Well, that's exactly what happens when you call SelectQuote Life. For example, George is 40. He was getting sky-high quotes from other companies because he takes meds to control his blood pressure. But when I shopped around, I found him a 10-year, $500,000 policy for under $25 a month. I'm SelectQuote agent Dan Savino. And believe me, if SelectQuote isn't shopping for your life insurance, you're probably paying too much.
For your free quote, call 800-607-3551. That's 800-607-3551. 800-607-3551. Or go to selectquote.com. Since 1985, we shop, you save.
Get full details on the example policy at selectquote.com/commercials. Their price could vary depending on your health, issuing company, and other factors. Not available in all states.
Turkish President Erdogan says there was illegality in Istanbul's local elections after the country's electoral body ordered an election redo.
President Erdogan was on typically conspiratorial form, slamming what he called the dark circles, economic saboteurs and so-called elitists who were attacking Turkey and collaborating to rob the nation of its will. Turkey is a democracy with the rule of law, he claimed, adding that a rerun of the Istanbul election, which his party narrowly lost, would lift the shadow over irregularities. The opposition, which sees the move by the electoral authorities as bowing to Mr. Erdogan's pressure, says it's an attempt to steal their victory. Its candidate calling for calm and vowing to win back our rights with a smile on our face.
The BBC's Mark Lowen. Qatar says it's sending $480 million to Palestinians in the West Bank and the Gaza Strip. News and analysis, townhall.com. A judge has ordered an ex-FBI translator to be freed on bail while he awaits trial on charges he doctored transcripts in which his own name appeared on an intercepted call from a terrorism suspect.
66-year-old Abdirazak Wahili made an initial appearance in federal court in Alexandria, Virginia, on charges of making false statements and obstructing an investigation. Prosecutors did not object to his release on $20,000 unsecured bail. According to an indictment, Wahili was tasked in 2012 with translating calls made by a terrorism suspect. It turned out that one of the calls was placed to Wahili himself. The indictment alleges that Wahili marked himself down as unidentified male, even though he knew he was the recipient of the call. Keith Peters, Washington.
Concern over U.S.-China trade talks driving stock futures into the red this morning. S&P futures down 19 points. NASDAQ futures off 66. More on these stories at townhall.com.
This is Chuck from Sunbelt Service Pros. Are you just not feeling it anymore with your AC service provider? Are you calling those guys because that's what you've always done, or because there's a sticker on the thermostat with an old phone number on it? How about this? Take a chance and you'll be thrilled to find that you're getting real value for your heating and cooling dollars. When you call Sunbelt Service Pros, you are dealing with a professional and reliable service provider. Our technicians are highly trained and certified and can quickly address any issues. Our customers find our technicians and office staff courteous, friendly, and professional throughout the whole process. We're doing something right here. You need to check us out, find out what you've been missing, and call us today. Sunbelt Service Pros at 910-944-2044 or go online to sunbeltservicepros.com.
For over 55 years, we know more. From 1960 to the present, Aberdeen Exterminating has been Moore County's local pest control professional of choice. Termite control, household pests, yard treatments, flea and tick control, routine and on-demand treatments, mosquito control, termite protection with available damage warranty, crawl space protection, new home pre-treats, foundation inspections, and moisture barriers. Aberdeen Exterminating does it all and does it well. Prompt, courteous, dependable service at a fair price. That's what you want, but don't take our word for it. Just ask around. Aberdeen Exterminating, locally owned, servicing Moore County since 1960. Call us today for a free inspection and free estimate. 944-2474. That's 944-2474.
We're your locally owned Benjamin Moore retailer. We're your store for quality with brilliant and durable paints in a variety of sheens and thousands of colors. We're your store for service with one-on-one advice for contractors and homeowners. We're your local experts, and we're here to help you with all your painting projects. Benjamin Moore, paint like no other. Genuine Benjamin Moore paint. exclusively at JB Short Carpet 1. JB Short Carpet 1 on Highway 1 North between Southern Pines and Bass, or on the web at shortcarpet1.com.
My name is Ward Rowland. A good insurance agent has to put the needs of his clients first. As a law enforcement officer, I spent 11 years protecting and serving my community. It is my honor and privilege to serve Moore County and North Carolina residents with their insurance needs. If you're a local small business owner, you know how important it is to be there for your customers. As a State Farm agent and small business owner in Moore County, I'm here to help you protect your small business. Talk with me or stop in today. My office is in downtown Southern Pines, 277 West Pennsylvania Avenue.
NCN News. I'm Mike Riley. Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin has officially denied a request from House Ways and Means Committee Chairman Richard Neal to turn over President Trump's tax returns. CBS News correspondent Weizhu Zhang has more on the story.
Secretary Mnuchin called the request unprecedented and said after consulting with the Department of Justice, decided that it lacks legitimate legislative purpose. Mnuchin says the DOJ will provide more detailed legal justification soon.
Funeral arrangements have been set for Officer Jordan Shelton, who was shot and killed while conducting a routine traffic stop in Mooresville over the weekend. Services for Shelton will be held Friday, May 10th at 11 a.m. at Calvary Church in Charlotte. Naomi Race knew Officer Shelton from his participation in the Adopt a Cop Foundation. She tells WBTV News.
He would take the time out for kids. He would take the time and get down on their level and talk to them and, do the demonstrations with the dogs, and just, it was not about him ever. It was about him giving back.
Jacksonville crash survivors are being offered a check and an apology. Passenger Tyler Hall is not sure that's enough.
Something that's hard to monetize, and I know it was more than $2,500 worth of stress.
The charter plane carrying 143 people from Cuba ended up in a river at the end of the Florida runway on Friday night. Many of the 10 Republicans who want to be North Carolina's newest U.S. House member plan to discuss their differences. Candidates for the GOP nomination in the 9th Congressional District hold a debate tonight in Monroe. After another death along the coast over the weekend, town officials in Emerald Isle are once again trying to educate beachgoers on the dangerous water conditions. With Memorial Day just around the corner, tourism is sure to pick up, and the number of people in the water will increase as well. You're listening to NCN News.
There are millions of unused and leftover opioid pills in North Carolina alone, enough to stretch from the mountains to the coast. These powerful prescription pills are contributing to an epidemic that takes 5 lives every day. But there is something more powerful than opioids. All of us. We can take back our extra pills and ask our healthcare providers about alternatives for pain. Together, we can take back our communities. Learn how you can help end the epidemic at morepowerfulnc.org.
A Sport Clips Championship haircut experience makes you feel like your hair has its own walk-up music. Maybe you play sports. Maybe you play sports online. Or maybe your sport is keeping up with your kids. Your hair deserves its own walk-up music. And at Sport Clips, we make it easy. A game-changing cut from a stylist trained for guys while you're surrounded by sports. Hair this good needs no introduction, but you'll want one anyway. So download the app, check in, and get your hair in the game.
China and the U.S. are embroiled in a trade war after President Trump said he would raise tariffs on $200 billion worth of Chinese imports to 25% from 10%. However, China says it will still go to Washington to discuss a resolution to the economic conflict. CBS News correspondent Weizhu Zhang has more on how this would affect American families.
The administration is using the threat of tariffs to pressure China to live up to its prior commitments. A report from a pro-trade group estimates that a tariff increase to 25% would cost the average family of 4 $767 per year, and the U.S. could lose almost 1 million jobs.
Feral hogs have damaged crops in parts of North Carolina, and hunters are seeing more of them. State Ag Commissioner Steve Troxler says the issue will be the subject of a May 23rd meeting in Anson County.
These are prolific rooters. They can tear up about anything. On top of that, they are very prolific at breeding. They're well adapted to survival. They're very smart. They're hard to hunt out.
A state trooper's car was rammed by a suspect during a chase in Buncombe County on Monday. Authorities say the trooper's okay. The driver and a passenger were taken into custody. He inspired books, plays, and movies. CBS News correspondent Deborah Rodriguez says there's a new footnote in the story of the Elephant Man.
He was known as the Elephant Man because of his physical deformities. Joseph Merrick died 130 years ago. His skeleton was preserved at the Royal London Hospital. Now, an author named Jo Vigor Mungovan says she's discovered Merrick's soft tissue buried in the city cemetery. He was featured as a freak show attraction in the late 1800s, then a medical curiosity. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Mike Rayleigh, NCN News.
Yesterday was nice, but if you like warmer temperatures, today will be better. This afternoon, look for highs to climb into the lower to mid 80s. A few afternoon pop-up showers will be possible, mainly for those counties to the west. Otherwise, as we lose daytime heating, that will diminish out of the area. Temperatures will fall into the lower 60s under partly cloudy skies tonight. For tomorrow, highs will be on the warm side, a little bit above average. I'm meteorologist Peter Sherwood in the Weather Center.
Right now, here in the Sand Hills area, sunny 64 degrees, humidity max at 100%, dew point 64, pressure 3018, winds east to 3, visibility wide open at 10 statute miles. 8:13, let's take a look at your Sand Hills news for this Tuesday morning. The pilot reporting that the school board unveiled a second draft of a district-wide overhaul of Moore County schools' attendance areas on Monday that more closely resembles the school's current attendance lines than its initial redistricting proposal last month. Last year, the district began the process of reevaluating attendance lines in light of the 4 new elementary schools opening in the next 2 years. While the broader plan has the same ultimate goal to shift students from crowded schools to others where a space is available, it will have significant effect on almost every school in the district. What the school's consultant presented on Monday was draft 2 of the reassignment plan, factored in parents' feedback from a pair of community meetings last month at New Century and Southern Middle School, as well as an outline forum. Traffic involved along the route to and from the children's schools was chief among the concerns, as were divisions in residential neighborhoods. Others sought the opinion to request transfer either from redistricting when redistricting takes effect, or to delay it for students in their final year of elementary, middle, or high school. More adjustments may come before the school finalizes a redistricting plan this fall. And a woman was airlifted to a trauma center after an accident that pinned her between a passenger car and the wall of a house. Emergency responders dispatched about around 1 in the afternoon yesterday to a home on South Street in Aberdeen. According to the responders at the scene, the 22-year-old female had been in the backyard working on her Mercury Grand Marquis when the vehicle began rolling backwards towards the house. She tried to stop it by pushing the car from behind before she became trapped. A second person who was inside the home at the time called 911. The woman was reported to be standing upright, pinned between the car and the house. When the responders arrived, they tried manpower to get the car to move, ended up having to use a truck. The victim was immediately loaded onto an ambulance and transported to a waiting helicopter so that she could be airlifted for treatment. That's your latest Sand Hills news this morning, but stand by. Here comes your latest in sports right here on Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM, WEEB. It is 8:16.
NCN Sports, I'm Josh Zach. We now know who the Carolina Hurricanes will face in the NHL Eastern Conference Finals. Boston last night blanked the Blue Jackets 3-0 in Columbus to win their second-round series 4-2. Tuukka Rask stopped 39 shots in the win. Columbus forward Nick Foligno says the Bruins goalie wouldn't allow them to build any momentum.
It would have been nice to see one of those go. I think if one of those goes in, it's a whole different ballgame, obviously, just with the momentum you create off of just getting one past them. And, I mean, we peppered them, so it wasn't for lack of try or compete on anyone's parts, and I thought everyone brought it, and it's just disappointing.
The NHL has yet to put out the schedule of the conference final round, but the Bruins will have home ice advantage when they take on Carolina. Out west, Colorado down the Sharks 4-3 in Denver, and they've forced a Game 7 tomorrow in San Jose, and the winner will face the Blues in the Western Conference Final. NBA playoffs last night. The Bucks bounced Boston 113-101, and they take a 3-1 lead in their Eastern Conference semifinal series with the Celtics. Giannis Antetokounmpo led Milwaukee with 39 points and 16 rebounds. Houston, meanwhile, has pulled even with Golden State in their Western Conference semifinals. James Harden scored 38 points in the Rockets' 112-108 win in Houston over the Warriors. Kevin Durant scored 34 points in the loss. He said the Rockets, they were just better.
You got to give them credit. They came out and made shots tonight. You know, they made a lot of threes tonight. They beat us in the three-point. Made 9 more threes than us. I think they're knocking down shots. Both teams are playing extremely hard on the defensive side of the ball. But it comes down to who makes more shots.
Game 5 is tomorrow in Oakland. Martin Truex won Monday's race at Dover, which was postponed because of rain on Sunday. He pulled away from the field down the stretch to reach victory lane for the second time in 3 races. Alex Bowman, meanwhile, finished second for the second straight week. Kyle Larson, Kevin Harvick, and pole sitter Chase Elliott round out the top 5. This is NCN Sports.
The Powerade State Games of North Carolina are coming this June to Charlotte. Registration is open for athletes of all ages and skill levels in 24 different sports. The Powerade State Games feature 13,000 athletes and 700 teams. Don't miss out on the largest sports festival of the year. Visit PoweradestateGames.org today. The Powerade State Games are brought to you by BB&T and Harris Teeter. For more information, visit PoweradestateGames.org.
Medicaid expansion, school safety, a statewide bond package, the next state budget. North Carolina lawmakers are tackling these and other topics. You can follow all the action with Carolina Journal. How would these proposals affect you, your wallet, your family? Carolina Journal offers answers. Available each month as a free newspaper. Every day online at carolinajournal.com. Carolina Journal, your best source for government news that affects you. Visit carolinajournal.com today.
The Kentucky Horse Racing Commission has rejected an appeal by the owner of Maximum Security, the horse that finished first in Saturday's race, but in a stunning ruling was disqualified for interference. Horse racing experts say the decision to disqualify was the right call. Trainer Dale Romans.
Isolated to this one individual incident, the horse came out and impeded another horse. And it's clear in the rules that you have to be disqualified and put behind the horse you impeded.
Gary West, the owner of Maximum Security, told the Associated Press that the horse won't run in the upcoming Preakness, saying there's no need without a chance to compete for the Triple Crown. Speaking at a meeting of sports editors last night, ACC Commissioner John Swofford said everything is on schedule for the August launch of the league's TV channel. Swofford said right now the focus is getting more distribution deals for TV providers to carry the ACC network. Josh Zach, NCN Sports.
I'm here with Aaron Cooper of Cooper Ford in Carthage to talk about service. Aaron, I know that service is a big deal in Cooper country. In fact, certified service after the sale is all part of the Cooper promise.
That's right. At Cooper Ford, we promise to do what we say we're going to do, when and how we say we're going to do it. And speaking of service, May is Military Appreciation Month at Cooper Ford, and I'd like to personally thank all the men and women who have served this great country. It's always an honor to serve those who serve, and as a small token of our appreciation, during the month of May, all active, retired, or veteran military personnel will get one free oil change and up to $1,000 off any new or pre-owned vehicle with a valid military ID. With no games, no gimmicks, just upfront, honest pricing, and certified service after the sale. I'm Eric Cooper, and I want to know you by name. Come in today and let Cooper Ford show you how car buying should be.
Just off 15501 in Carthage, just a few short minutes from the traffic circle, or on the web at cooperford.net. Cooper Ford, working hard to be your hometown dealer.
Serving more people, more places, 24/7. If your AC breaks down, we'll restore your indoor heaven. Installation or repair, one call will be there. It's your family, don't delay. Comfort's just a call away. We're Comfort Services. Comfort Services.
Come to Comfort Services in Aberdeen to get a free estimate on a new Carrier system or heat pump, and you may qualify for a rebate up to $2,000 from Carrier. Get in on the savings and purchase a qualifying heating or cooling product before the Cool Cash rebate ends June 30th. You may also qualify for financing options as well. Stop into Comfort Services on Highway 5 next to the Habitat store in Aberdeen, or call 910-695-2665. Carrier and Comfort Services, a great team.
Comfort's just a call away. Comfort Services.
Without proper soil pH, plants can't get the full amount of nutrients they need. An improperly tuned carburetor runs inefficiently as well. Your body works the same way, and some of the medications we use actually deplete certain vitamins and minerals. That's a fact. Health Innovations Pharmacy offers a line of multivitamins designed specifically to address those depletion efficiency issues, like magnesium deficiency for diabetics. Replenish multivitamins come in 6 different formulations for those on hormone replacement therapy, high blood pressure and cholesterol reducers, diabetics, hypoglycemic, and acid-blocking meds. These are complete multivitamins, thereby reducing your vitamin budget. See Tim or one of his pharmacists at Health Innovations Pharmacy about the benefits of Replenish multivitamins and how they can help get your system back in balance. Health Innovations Pharmacy on Pinehurst Avenue in Southern Pines. Locally owned and serving Moore County since 2001.
Hello, I'm John Zumwalt, and you're in the Zumwalt Zone. Even though I'm an old guy, I'm still a guy, and so that makes me a fan of yoga pants. And although I like the way they look, there's one thing about them I never would have guessed. I'd think that if a person wanted to hide something from the police, they'd wear a trench coat or a firefighter outfit or something. I wouldn't think you could hide much in a pair of yoga pants, especially not in a pair of yoga pants that you're wearing. Well, it turns out I'm wrong. Turns out things can get pretty wild inside a pair of those things. At 3:30 a.m. recently, 2 women were pulled over in Charlotte County, Florida. They were taken into custody because they had 41 small turtles in a backpack. Apparently you can't do that. Well, while they were outside the vehicle, one of the deputies asked the passenger if she had anything she was trying to hide. The lady pulled out of her yoga pants. Are you ready for this? She pulled out a foot-long alligator out of her yoga pants. I don't even know where to begin on this one. Now, this is a very G-rated 90 seconds, so I'm limited. And besides, most of you are way ahead of me, and I like keeping it G-rated. I don't know what the poor deputy thought she was pulling out of there, but come on. He had to be a little relieved to see it was a foot-long alligator. I guess you never know what someone's trying to hide. I promise you this, though. I'm the kind of guy that'll keep after it until it's all out in the open. In the Zumwalt Zone.
Without proper soil pH, plants can't get the full amount of nutrients they need. An improperly tuned carburetor runs inefficiently as well. Your body works the same way, and some of the medications we use actually deplete certain vitamins and minerals. That's a fact. Health Innovations Pharmacy offers a line of multivitamins designed specifically to address those depletion efficiency issues, like magnesium deficiency for diabetics. Replenish multivitamins come in 6 different formulations for those on hormone replacement therapy, high blood pressure and cholesterol reducers, diabetics, hypoglycemic, and acid-blocking meds. These are complete multivitamins, thereby reducing your vitamin budget. See Tim or one of his pharmacists at Health Innovations Pharmacy about the benefits of Replenish multivitamins and how they can help get your system back in balance. Health Innovations Pharmacy on Pinehurst Avenue in Southern Pines. Locally owned and serving Moore County since 2001.
With the heating of the day, we could see a few pop-up showers develop, mainly for those counties to the west this afternoon. Otherwise, we'll likely stay mostly dry and warmer. Afternoon temperatures will reach the low to mid-80s, and then will fall into the lower 60s tonight under partly cloudy skies. Warmer highs will move in for tomorrow. Expect them in the low to mid-80s. Another round of afternoon showers will be possible for the north and west. I'm meteorologist Peter Sherwood in the Weather Center.
And now, the Sandhills' #1 morning show. Mornings with the Leader Man. Here on Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. And heard and seen around the world at talk973.com.
The best part of waking up is waking up with us.
Are you ready?
Ready for what? A Tuesday show.
Are you ready?
I was born ready. Are you ready for an exciting and challenging day?
Thank you for joining us, everyone. We have such a fun show ahead.
Now that sounds like a lot of fun.
This is such a fun show.
I love this show.
It'll be a fun show.
It's showtime. Keep it coming up. Keep it coming.
Good morning, Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. Welcome back to the most listened to program in all of the Sandhills. It is time once again for Mornings with the Leader Man. I am Steve Leader Adams, along with retired Marine Colonel Jeff Drummond.
Morning, Moore County. Hey, time's wasting. You're not at work yet. You better get a move on.
All right, you got your marks and orders. Don't forget this program being heard and seen around the world on our live video stream. That's available at talk973.com. Top middle of the page is where the link's located. If you're on your mobile device, YouTube will do the work. Just put Mornings with the Leader Man into the search. If you're just looking at our audio stream, that's available with many streaming services such as TuneIn, iTunes, Streama. All of those are free and available at your app store. Alexa will do it. Also, Google will do it. And, of course, you can always get it off of our website at talk973.com. Upper right-hand corner of every page has an icon that says On the Air, Listen Live. Tap it once with your cursor and you're listening that quick. Weather for us today here in the Sand Hills area. In fact, the next 3 days, all the duplicate and all pretty good. Partly cloudy, lower humidity, high in the low 80s. All right, enough said. Lows at night will be around 63 to 65. That's a pretty good summary. Over the weekend, we'll be much like last weekend. Right now, around the Sand Hills, winds are east to 3. Visibility wide open at 10 statute miles. Pressure is 3018. Humidity max at 100%. That nets out a dew point of 64 because it's sunny and 64 degrees currently here at Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. All right, it is 8:28 past the hour on this Tuesday. You know what Tuesday means? It means it's time. Why does your throat always do that? When you're talking, it wants to clock. It's time to do our weekly measurement of the Colonel's testosterone and estrogen levels. He's always been in good balance.
Here we go.
You know, you want a little estrogen in your life. You just don't want too much. And you want a good amount of testosterone, but you don't want too much. So we give him what we call the Battle of the Sexes test. This is where we ask a question for men first that women should know the answer to. Questions for men that women should know the answer to. All right. And you get extra points if you can answer without the help. I just used a top-loading bobbin. What am I using?
A spool of thread.
Is it a washing machine, coffee maker, or sewing machine?
Sewing machine.
Ding! All right. Female, let me get my buzzer up just in case I have to use it. Hopefully not, but once in a while the girl gets buzzed. Not very often. Well, play Windows with me. There you go. All right. Question 2. The female unicorns are known to be white. What color are the male unicorns? Is it purple, black, or gray?
It must be black.
It is black. Ding. And women with this color hair typically have the most hair in their heads. Is it red, brown, or blonde?
Brown.
Brown. No. It's blonde.
Blonde have more hair?
Blonde's thinner, but you have more of it.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
The black and brown are your thicker hairs, but you have less of them.
Okay.
We don't care as long as it's covering the spot.
All right. Yeah, I was going to say it's a little past my interest.
All right, you got 2 points out of that. That's a good estrogen score. Let's see if you can. These are questions for women that real men know the answer to. If your man goes fishing with his buddies and makes a great, quote, presentation, what type of fishing is he most likely doing? Is it DC fishing, spear fishing, fly fishing?
I am not a fisherman.
A great presentation.
Yeah, that must be the wrist action or something with the fly rod or something.
Ding! There you go.
I don't know what that is.
Fly fishing's when they put those little flies on top of the water and the fish come up and snap them out of it.
Oh, present the fly to the fish.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that
great
makes
presentation.
sense. Yeah.
You know.
All right. Yeah, okay.
You whipped it right under those tree branches.
Well, I knew it wasn't spear fishing, but I didn't know what was the first one? DC fishing?
Deep sea fishing.
Oh, I got you. Okay. All right.
What is the tool commonly referred to as a Slim Jim used for?
Oh, to open your locked car door.
There you go. Ding, ding. 2 points.
Not that I know anything about that or have ever used one.
Right.
Or have one in the back of my car.
Or who people call when they need to get in their car.
They don't call me because I just break the window.
Which is not the name of the past or present which is not the name of a past or present WWE wrestler?
Yeah, I don't know this stuff.
Is it the Brooklyn Brawler, the $1 Million Man, or Wet Willie?
The name of a I know the Brooklyn Brawler was one of the old time guys because my grandfather used to watch him and Chief J Strongbow and all those guys. So, what was the second one?
The $1 Million Man or Wet Willie?
Oh, see, I don't. Well, I'll go with Clinton, Wet Willie.
Yeah. Ding! Who would call himself Wet Willie on TV?
Clinton. Yeah.
Yeah. $1 Million Man, that's a WWE name.
Is it? I guess. I don't know.
Just saw a movie, what was it called? Wrestling with the Family, which is about these people trying to get into professional wrestling.
Oh.
And they kind of have, what do you call it, minor leagues of wrestling like that.
Oh, yeah. Well, my grandfather, Saturday mornings, man, it was roller derby and professional wrestling.
Yeah. I so wanted roller derby to be real.
And the Bay Area Bombers and, Chief J Strongbow and who were all those? Gorilla Monsoon and all those guys.
Yeah. All right, well, we'll take all that knowledge and transfer it over now to Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? The following questions are from a standard fifth grade curriculum in the U.S. Answer 4 out of 5 correctly, and you ain't got the sense of a fifth grader. All right, let's see how he does. In Great Britain, skip that. In the Great Brain series of books, who is the Great Brain?
I have no clue.
Is it Thomas Edison, Albert Einstein, or T.D. Fitzgerald?
I've never seen this series of books, so I have no clue. I am not smarter than a fifth grader on the Great Brain series. The first two, either with Einstein, he was a great brain.
So was Thomas Edison.
Edison was a great brain. I don't know. Who's the third guy? Never heard of him.
T.G. Fitzgerald.
It's probably him then.
Yep, he's the one that doesn't fit.
All right, well, I don't deserve that answer.
Ding.
Okay.
In the math question, 54 divided by 6 equals 9. Which number is the divided?
The divided number is 54.
Ding.
Okay.
All right. The law of conservation of mass states that what blank cannot be created or destroyed? Is it mass, matter, or energy?
What cannot be destroyed out of those three?
Yeah, Einstein said this cannot either be created or destroyed.
Yeah, matter.
Matter, yeah. You can change it, but you can't create it, you can't destroy it. All right, what was the name of the very last queen of France? You know it off the top of your head?
Yeah, Marie Antoinette.
Ding, ding, ding. All right, well, you butchered...
I know it off the top of her head.
Yeah, which fell in a little basket for convenient carrying home to boil and make soup with. Mm-hmm. There was one guy that wanted to do an experiment. He was going to be beheaded, and he said, "Okay, I'm going to blink my eyes and keep blinking them as long as I can after the guillotine comes down, and see if my eyes are still blinking." Well, I guess...
Yeah, for several seconds or something, yeah. Apparently, they would hold. Apparently, certain things would happen, giving you the idea that they were still conscious of something for a short period of time afterwards.
We sure came up with weird things to do to human beings, didn't we? I mean, over in Iran, when they execute, they hang you, and they just drive a crane around from prison to prison.
Right.
And they bring them out in the street, and the guy puts the cable around your neck and hoists you up there till you quit kicking.
Yep.
And there's no snapping of the neck or anything. It's just strangulation.
They just do it the old-fashioned, filthy way. Or dump rocks on you in Saudi Arabia, and any one of a number of nasty things. But America, we've got our problems, but go over there and complain, break the law, see what happens to you.
They have their daily hanging in the prisons and all that.
Yeah, that's a deterrent, all right.
Yeah. Like I said, we do some weird, strange things to ourselves.
And it's not so much that what they're doing. Well, it's not so much the execution; it's why they're being executed. What was it? Was it Bahrain? Which one? They just the Caliph or whatever his name is, or whatever his title is, just said that they won't execute the homosexuals there, even though they passed a law giving the death penalty for homosexuality over there. I guess a couple people went and complained. And
now, for loving someone else, you get executed.
That's right. I think it was Bahrain. Maybe I can't remember. It was one of them over there.
All right, rim shots this morning. HBO is developing the 3 Game of Thrones spinoffs. They got some working titles. First one is More Swords, More Boobies. Even More Swords and Boobies. And whoa, check out all these swords and boobies.
I think the third one's probably the winner there.
Anytime you saw somebody on Game of Thrones kissing, you knew, we get to see her boobies tonight.
Probably.
Or a body double in some cases. Dozens of celebrities turned to... I want to see them in the credits. Body double boobies. Provided by. Dozens of celebrities turned down last night for the annual Met Gala. And now we turn to news that people actually care about. The Grateful Dead's drummer, Bill Kreutzmann, is 73 today, or Kreutzmann. He never missed a single show. Physically, that is. Mentally, he was often miles away, but... A judge dismissed Vince Vaughn's DUI charge, like America did his last 7 movies. A swarm of bees caused a 20-minute delay in the Cincinnati Reds game. I'm sorry, in Cincinnati as the Reds played the Giants. So for 20 minutes yesterday, something interesting actually happened in a Major League Baseball game. Tiger Woods received the Presidential Medal of Freedom at the White House yesterday. Some people were upset. They thought it was tacky for Tiger to request that Stormy Daniels put it around his neck. Meghan Markle gave birth to a baby boy, so I guess people without jobs having babies isn't just a problem in this country, huh? There's no word what they'll call him yet. My vote is entitled. I kid, royal babies aren't born. They descend from heaven on a cloud of hope like Oprah. And now comes the hard part, protecting the boy from Voldemort. Little Harry Potter joke there.
Oh, okay.
Joe Biden claimed that Margaret Thatcher is worried about President Trump. When told that Thatcher died in 2013, he replied, then whose hips was I massaging last night?
Yeah, creepy Uncle Joe. He has a great website out on him.
Michael Cohen reported to prison yesterday to begin a 3-year term, although he's still hoping his sentence will be redacted. And that's your rim shots for today.
Maybe we won't have to hear from him anymore once the cell slams behind him.
Yeah, he's getting a good dose of orientation now. Just don't know what form it'll be in. Or how long the orientation will be.
Well, he got several years, right? He can get
3 years.
3 years, yeah.
All right, things we need to know so we don't sound stupid today. If Congress has its way, Robert Mueller will testify before them on May 15th. Diana Ross is complaining about the TSA agent at the New Orleans airport.
Nolans, yeah.
Where she was treated like S-word, and that's her quote, and can still feel her hand between my legs.
Join the club.
Yeah. Well, she's above all that, don't you know?
Yeah.
Liberal, rich, famous Democrat. The annual Daytime Emmy Awards were held on Sunday, and Alex Trebek received a standing ovation as he accepted an Emmy Award for Jeopardy! Uber and Lyft drivers are supposed to go on strike for 2 hours in New York City tomorrow. We hear the new Spider-Man movie trailer spoils the Avengers Endgame, so beware. Look that up on YouTube today. Sales of home improvement products are growing. They're projected to rise 5.5% this year and bring in $420 million in total sales, according to Home Improvement Research Institute. This is Teacher Appreciation Week and Nurses Appreciation Week. Kim Kardashian says she plans to give up being Kim K in 10 years when she'd like to focus on becoming an attorney. I thought she was doing that now.
No clue. Don't care what she's doing. Just to go do something.
She probably wants to do it like she has babies.
Yeah, do it.
Somebody else go do it for me and just give me the title.
Yeah, just do it away from me. Yeah. I don't care. It's fine.
The U.S. Army is getting new uniforms, reminiscent of the look of their World War II uniforms.
Yes. They're having a dark blouse or coat in civilian parlance, and I think they have a tan trousers with they used to have, I don't know if they finally went with it, but they had a set of, well, I would call them khakis, but they had a slight pink tinge to them, just a little bit of color in them. Yeah, not
pink.
Well, but they were just had a slight tint. So I don't know if they went with them or just the plain khakis. I can't remember.
Let's see.
Certainly looks better than what they're wearing now.
Well, you can find this online in case one of the scenes of this week's Game of Thrones, there is a shot of that included a Starbucks cup of coffee on the table. We went over that last hour. Today's impossible question. 40% of men don't know this about their significant other. What is it?
Men don't know this about their significant other. Their eye color.
Their favorite flower.
Favorite flower, okay.
A survey asked people what 3 things they could not live without. Number 1 was, well, just what are the 3 things you couldn't live without?
Well, I'm not the right guy to answer that, based on whatever you're looking at, because there's a lot of things I can live without. I can live without a phone. I could, a
lawnmower.
Lawnmower. I get a goat, man. Just tether him out there. You can munch away.
Internet, TV, and cuddling were the top 3.
Okay. Well, yeah.
A hot dog is eaten close to 818 times per second during the summer season in the U.S. A hammock is being credited with helping folks get to sleep faster and keeping them in a deep sleep longer.
There you go. You need to try that.
Yeah. Get a screen porch with a big fan over it, blowing down on you, and something to swing that hammock back and forth.
There you go. Or you just go out sailing.
Yeah, there you go. According to a survey in the Woman's Magazine, 7 out of 10 women won't date a guy who has this.
Boy, won't date a guy who has this?
This is a physical thing.
Nose hair.
Good guess, but no.
Ear. Go ahead.
Gray hair.
Gray hair. I won't date a guy who's
I'm screwed.
Yeah, you are. for a long time.
Yeah. I don't know. When I was running, I asked my fashion consultants, two of the ladies I walk with, one of which is an artist, for their opinion as whether I should keep it colored or go gray. They said, oh, definitely go gray.
I don't know. Where do they get some of these? I never heard that gray hair is I don't know.
4% of pet owners say they will only let their pets eat human food on holidays.
Why? What's so special about the holiday?
According to Men's Health, men will spend an average of 1 month of their life looking for missing socks. And coffee is the most recognizable smell, followed by
apple pie.
Peanut butter.
Peanut butter? Yeah. Okay.
Peanut butter. Okay, if you say so. Let's see here. An Australian news team was covering the royal baby in the UK when a little kid in the backseat of the car in the background flipped them off. Here's the broadcast.
One of the most popular members of the royal family. Speaking of bad parenting, how about that little kid that pulled up behind me before? What little rotter stuck up his little middle finger. There you go. The mean streets of Windsor on the middle of a public holiday bank weekend here in the UK. Wait till I get my hands on him.
His name's Yossarian.
Well, it was a lot more exciting than the birth of the baby. Grocery store chain in England is getting backlash for their LGBT sandwich. Lettuce, guacamole, bacon, and tomato. Comes in a rainbow package and is meant to raise money and awareness for gay pride. But some people say they're just using the cause to make money. They debated it on British morning television yesterday, and the host ate the sandwich while they talked.
This is M&S's LGBT sandwich. It's causing a bit of a row. They say this stands for lettuce, guacamole, bacon, and tomato.
What they're doing is actually making an immense capital out of the LGBT cause, and it's really going nowhere.
I was just enjoying my sandwich.
Is it good?
It's very, very nice.
The LGBT movement at this moment in time is homophobic towards lesbians.
But I think this is moving away from the point that this is a sandwich.
This is about pride.
You're all stupid. That's all I have to say. Who cares? Come on.
They like to pilot. Nothing but fluff news. Let's go right. Fluff articles. The dating site Beautiful People asks people to name the ugliest features you can have. The worst features for men are bad mouth or teeth, being overweight, and being too short. If you're a woman, the three things are being overweight, having wonky eyes, whatever that is.
I don't know.
And having a big nose.
A big beak, huh? I don't know the eye thing. Never heard of that.
Yeah, I remember a cheer for that, didn't you?
You're ugly. Hey, you're ugly. Woo! Not cute.
Man.
Let's see here. Big news at CBS. They try to make it sound like, big promotion and all this. Bear in mind, Gil King does not like Norah O'Donnell on CBS mornings.
I have no clue who either one of them are.
Okay, well, anyway, so they're transferring Norah O'Donnell to do the CBS Evening News. And that's what Gil King wanted her off the CBS This Morning program. Because the ratings have tanked since Charlie Rose left.
Oh.
Don't know why. Charlie Rose couldn't be any more boring if he tried. But I guess he took his towel off just one too many times for the ladies. So they canned him. Anyway, she's going to replace Jeff Glor as the anchor on the CBS Evening News. But here's the big announcement. They make it sound like a big thing for Nora. Oh, congratulations. But Gail King underneath going, thank God that Beyonce is gone.
This is a big day for Nora O'Donnell. She's been named, have you heard, anchor and managing editor of the CBS Evening News. In our world of television journalism, there is no job that carries a prouder tradition or a more crucial and current responsibility. Jeff Glor, as we all know, is a fantastic journalist and trusted colleague here. His conversations, you should know, with CBS News continue, and we all hope very much that he will continue working here. It will be his decision. Nora will take the helm at the CBS Evening News this summer, and starting in the fall, she will anchor from Washington, D.C. That's big. So we focus even more on stories from the center of power that impact the lives of Americans across the country.
Well, here's the real conversation from behind the scene. I go to Jeff Glor and he say, you're boring as hell on the news, son. You know, you act like a zombie sitting there reading. So we're going to take your boring butt off the air and put somebody a little more visually worthwhile looking at to do the news. And the real truth is, I can't stand Gail's bitching, so we're going to move Nora to your spot, and the hell with you. You're a guy. You don't count anymore. Isn't that pretty much it?
Yeah, it sounds like it. Well, I don't know. Does anybody watch that TV show at all on NBC? I never watch it.
I don't either. Tiger Woods received the Presidential Medal of Freedom at the White House yesterday. He thanked people who'd been with him through his highs and lows. Had a lot of lows there, a lot of low women.
Yeah.
And he got all emotional when he thanked his mom.
This has been an unbelievable experience. To have the support that I've had for all these years, and everyone here has seen and been with me for my entire life, and some of you for more than half my life. You've seen the good and the bad, the highs and the lows, and I would not be in this position without all of your help. In 97, yes, I won the Masters, and I was there too. I ended up hugging my dad and my mom. My dad's no longer here, but my mom's here. I love you, Mom. Thank you.
The words of wisdom from Tiger Woods.
Well, hey, he stuck it out. I mean, that's...
Now, is this week's slut here? I need some loving after I get through with this.
He stuck it out,
What was that slut's name he blew his marriage over?
Oh, I have no clue. I don't know.
Forget. I'll think of it the second I cut the mic off. Well, as we have heard 1,000 times, the Royals had a baby. Here are the jokes from last night.
Big news, Prince Harry and his wife Meghan Markle had their baby. The baby is half British and half American. Yeah, isn't that cool? That means when he grows up, he'll drive in the middle of the road.
Meghan Markle, with a little help from Prince Harry, gave birth to a bouncing baby boy who is 7th in line for the throne, which puts him after Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis, but right above Mr. Bean.
But the baby's doing great. Buckingham Palace says that he Brexited his mother early this morning. He weighed in at 3.2 kilograms. Americans heard that and were like, yeah, we have no idea how much that is. They're like, kilograms at 32 pounds? I have no idea.
Yeah. Well, the late night riders still suck, even on a neutral story like that.
The Brexit thing was that was worth a chuckle.
Yeah. The Colbert wasn't funny at all, but his little minions go, oh, the Royals had a baby. And they go, the way he says it's so funny. Give me a break.
And now it's time for
Random facts.
1, 2, 3, 4. All right, random facts for today, and maybe a spare if we're lucky. Let's see here. Robert De Niro, like we care, turned down the part in Big that eventually went to Tom Hanks. Would have been a very different movie, one without a brain.
Yeah, there you go.
The last, I can see him jumping, doing the trampoline jump now, going, F Trump, F Trump, F Trump, F Trump. I'm so smart. The last president who wasn't a Democrat or Republican was Millard Fillmore. in 1850. He was a member of the Whig Party.
Whigs, yep.
Before Louis Farrakhan became the head of the Nation of Islam, he was pretty successful calypso singer. I'm sorry, calypso.
Calypso.
He went by the Charmer, or Calypso Gene, and recorded several albums. Oh, boy. Humans aren't at the top of the food chain. We're actually kind of low because we eat both meat and plants. Our place is roughly the same as pigs and anchovies. We're way below tigers, crocodiles, and boa constrictors. And there's a condition called Cotard syndrome that makes people believe they're dead and are walking around as a corpse. No, it's called watching too much daggone TV.
Yeah.
And believing all that crap. And that, my friends, is your random facts for today. Okay. I guess we got it all in, didn't we?
Yeah, just in time.
Yeah. The only thing I didn't get in was the 10 ugliest physical features, according to men and women. We got a few of them in, but we didn't get them all in.
Oh, yeah.
Try to get that important news to you tomorrow. For now, though, so it goes for this Tuesday. Have yourself a great, safe day. We'll see you back bright and early tomorrow, 7 to 9 for a Hump Day Wednesday already, including the extended Zoom All Zone. Don't forget, of course, to get first crack to your spending dollars to our local sponsors that you hear on the air, because they're the backbone of our economy. Your money will stay here, roll over, and create jobs for all of us. And don't forget also, millions of Americans have fought and they have died to give and protect the freedoms that you get to enjoy today. So live today worthy of their and their family's sacrifice. I'm Steve Leader Adams and the Leader Man, and Nick and Coke the Dog. We'll all see you this afternoon at 2 o'clock at the ever-improving weather-wise Dog Park.